It's 3 a.m. in a London hospital. Henry Marsh stands over a patient's open skull, the brain exposed like a strange, glistening landscape. One wrong move could wipe away memories, speech, personality. Yet in that fragile silence, Marsh is calm, almost joyous. But how does a brain surgeon live with the moments when the knife slips, when life spirals into irreversible harm? That tension, the razor-thin line between saving and destroying, is the heart of do no harm. Marsh doesn't sugarcoat it. Every brain operation is a gamble where stakes are life itself. Here, what keeps him awake beyond the OR lights. Marsh recounts removing a tumor from a man named Victor. Post-surgery, Victor couldn't feel half his body. The life Marsh tried to save had cost Victor his senses. The bitter taste of doing no harm weighed heavier than triumph. Marsh's quiet regret lingers. Even success can look like failure when the brain fractures the soul. Marsh compares the brain to a city crisscrossed by invisible highways, neurons and blood vessels. Surgical precision is navigating that map without triggering explosions or blackouts. Like diffusing bombs while blindfolded, the neurosurgeon balances between heroism and catastrophe every second under the scalpel's beam. Despite decades of experience, Marsh embraces uncertainty as constant company. He doesn't rely on certainty but on curiosity and humility, admitting how not knowing sharpens his senses. This mindset transforms fear into disciplined focus, allowing him to keep slicing through shadows with care. Mistakes don't stay in the OR, they shadow Marsh long after the clamps are off. How does a brain surgeon carry that burden? One case haunts Marsh still, a young woman with a tumor pressing on critical brain tissue. He pushed too far, her speech left shattered. The family's silence at rounds felt like a verdict. Marsh reveals the gut-wrenching self-questioning that follows. Was it hubris or unavoidable risk? The surgeon's remorse is raw and relentless. Marsh describes his mental landscape as a battlefield where duty clashes with doubt. Each decision slices between saving life and risking catastrophe. Like a general haunted by lives lost to orders given, Marsh wrestles with doing no harm, when harm sometimes seems the only option. Yet buried in clinical halls and sleepless nights, Marsh finds moments where gallows humor and sheer human tenacity break through. The outrageous banter between exhausted surgeons, the relief of unexpected recoveries, these fragments knit a fragile hope among the wreckage of inevitable failure. Above all, Marsh confesses a fierce joy in his work, a paradox that reveals why neurosurgery is both art and acute terror. Marsh describes the almost ecstatic focus when operating. The brain's complexity isn't just challenge, it's a captivating mystery. In one case, navigating a tangle of vessels felt like conducting an orchestra where each note could mean survival or silence. That precision-born joy is brutally beautiful. Adrenaline mixed with reverence shapes the surgeon's mountaintop moments. He sees each operation like a high-wire act strung between hope and catastrophe. One slip, one tremor, and everything collapses. Yet performing is necessity, not choice. Patients' lives depend on the scalpel's steady hand. This intense responsibility fuels both terror and exhilaration in every heartbeat spent in the OR. Ultimately, Marsh reveals a hard-earned truth. Hope isn't naive but a clinical tool. It spurs patients, families, and surgeons onward through pain and uncertainty. To do no harm doesn't mean avoiding risk, but embracing hope as the sharper edge against despair's darkness. Back in that London OR, the open brain still holds its fragile secrets. Henry Marsh's story is a reminder. Mastery isn't about perfection, it's about navigating chaos with humility and care. Next time uncertainty knocks, try embracing it head-on instead of fearing the unknown. Because, as Marsh's life proves, that's where hope and healing live. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.